Tada! Parulas.
No.
It's so nice that you're here with us again. Because today we'll show you that unfortunately not every day can be full of sun, champagne and saffron tarts. But that sometimes everything is just going wrong and we are making mistakes. But as the saying goes, it is a great advantage to make those mistakes from which you can learn quite early.
Sollte jeder mal zum
Everyone should come to visit a sailboat like this one. It's really cool.
Echt super cool.
If you like our videos, we are very happy about a thumbs up. And if you want to support us, feel free to subscribe to our channel. And for those of you who are new on board, here's a quick update. Where are we right now?
Auf Sardinien.
Genau, wo unsere Mama und unser... Exactly, where our mom and dad come from. So Anna's mom and my dad. They are siblings.
Well, but unfortunately, not everything can always be so beautiful. As soon as Anna and Basti left, and we were on our way to Porto Polo, there were thunderstorms coming up.
With local gusts expected over northern Adriatic Sea, central Adriatic Sea, central Tyrrhenian Sea, east.
Classic rookie mistake. We looked for the wind forecast and set off without looking closely at the weather forecast. This will not happen to us again, hopefully. Anyways, after about 10 nautical miles and a lot of consideration, we decided together to turn around and drive back the whole way under motor and against the wind. Oh my dear. And in front of the coast of Stintino, what did we do?
Wir ankern jetzt. We are anchoring now. We'll be there soon. 10 meters water depth.
Heute sieht alles wieder.
Today everything looks completely peaceful again. No sign of yesterday's thunderstorm. And there's also nothing more predicted. Only sun, everything beautiful. I'm glad we went back in and didn't spend the night at sea in a thunderstorm. And now we'll pull up the anchor again and make a second attempt to get to Porto Polo. And hopefully this time no thunderstorm will surprise us.
Und hoffentlich überrascht uns dieses Mal dann kein Gewitter. Und das war's.
And that's it. Anchor is in, no trouble this time.
Auf Wiedersehen, Stintino.
Goodbye, Stintino, for the second time.
Im Morgengrauen.
At sunrise we are saying goodbye to this wonderful anchorage where we learned how to anchor.
War wirklich gut hier,
I think it was a really good spot to learn anchoring, because here the ground is sand, and in the sand it's very easy to anchor. You can do it as well if you are noobs as we are.
Alles so drauf hat.
But no master has fallen from sky yet. Next thing on our learning list, how to use the spinnaker pole for the Genua.
Then
we have a second line here. We have to take it off there. The green white one? What does it hold? That's the line that moves the sled from the spinnaker pole up and down. The mast, that's the line that's attached to the spinnaker pole with both ends and pulls it up and pulls it down.
Eine zieht ihn nach oben, die andere, wenn man dran zieht, schiebt ihn nach unten. So, hier unten.
So down here we need another line. This is the line that fixes the spinnaker pole down on the bottom to the boat. It is perfect if you look along the spinnaker pole that you have the line here. Here's the one line and there's the other. That has to look like a Mercedes star if you look at it from behind. 1, 2, 3 and here another thin line. Then you want to loosen this bolt down here. That's this thing here. I can open that with this and pull it down.
Den kann ich hiermit öffnen und ziehen.
And we're always going to use this pole when we want to sail down with the wind, right? So when we have the wind from behind.
Und man kann damit auch die Genua oder den Genaker sehr gut stabilisieren, wenn man irgendwie
Yes, and you can also stabilize the Genua or the Genaker very well with this, if you have weak wind. If you still have such a rest swell and the boat is always shaking and there's so little wind that the sail always collapses.
Das ist eben auch ein Manöver, was man macht, wenn man ganz wenig Wind hat, dass man damit das ganze System irgendwie stabilisiert.
Okay.
Plus man verhindert.
Plus you prevent the Genua from collapsing when you change course a little bit, the autopilot breaks down, or you don't steer so precisely. The front sail is then stretched out to the side, and this makes it much more stable.
Gespreizt und dadurch steht sie sehr viel stabiler.
So it's perfect when I'm at the steering
So,
wheel, you
jetzt machen wir
mean?
das mal. Also, hier ist der Top-Nan.
So now let's do this. Here's the top line attached to it. That's the line that is not attached to the spinnaker pole at the moment, but it's still attached here.
An den Granny Bar.
Wenn der schon mal
If it is already fastened, then the spinnaker pole can no longer bang into the railing or fly onto your head or onto your foot. Then there is the danger that you can crash the spinnaker pole here or against the shrouds if it rushes backwards. If you have not fixed it there, you can already see that there are scratches everywhere. These are rubbing points. It has rubbed everywhere on the rigging. You can see exactly where it has made scratches. It was attached here with a bowline on it, and then he always tries to twist the pole like this. But she can't turn it because the slat is fixed. There's always a lot of power then, which always pulls stupidly here. That's why you have to do it like that here. So that it pulls the pole up and down. When you do it like this, just hold here. That's the line that pulls the spinnaker pole up and down.
We were so close. So close. And then fate struck again. Somehow we really had a streak of bad luck on that day. I think the line is still stuck in there.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
What line?
It's stuck there. Do you see it?
Yes, it's stuck. Yes, then some shit happened again.
And that was the boom's end. Something got stuck, and then this was already broken before, and it made a loud noise, and then the sledge broke completely.
Ja, ist hier nicht rumgekommen. War hier.
The sledge kind of didn't get out here. It was somehow twisted on the wrong side.
Yeah, it was stuck in the knuckle, and then it was somehow twisted again, and then it broke. Well, a little bit of loss is always. Let's see if we can get a new part in Olbia.
Either there or otherwise we get it online.
The poor sledge. As you can see, everything went wrong. But this was nothing at all compared to what was still ahead of us.
Wir sind jetzt in der Straße von Bonifacio.
We are now in the street of Bonifacio. Here on the starboard side you can see the Sardinian Italian peak.
Genau, wir fahren jetzt quasi an der
We are passing by the peak and we have now the shortest distance because we came from the west coast.
von der Westküste hier gekommen sind. Jetzt müssen wir aufpassen, dass wir nicht zu weit ins
Now we have to be
Fahrwasser fahren,
careful
weil
that we don't go too far into the fairway. There is a cargo ship close by. Then we have to watch out for the shallow water. There's a spot that is only 6 meters deep.
Und dann fahren wir
And
einmal
then
die Spitze
we'll
von
go
Sardinien
around the point
drumherum
and hopefully end up in the
enden dann
kite and
heute
anchor
Abend
spot
hoffentlich im
in Porto Polo this
Kite-
evening.
und Ankerspot in Porto Polo. Und dann wollen wir hier
And then we want to go down here to Porto Polo,
nach Porto
here into
Polo
the anchorage, best somewhere
hier
to the 5
die
meter line,
Ankerbucht rein.
so
Am
that we
besten
can
da
anchor
irgendwo
there
hier
quite safely.
5 Meter Linie, so dass wir da ganz sicher ankern können.
Jetzt, wo wir das gelernt haben.
Now that we learned it, it's like wild camping. On the campsite we have to pay for electricity and water and everything, And on the anchorage, it's free, but with a little less luxury.
Exactly. Now we just have to learn to trust the anchor.
Yes, definitely. Jetzt sieht man hier hinter mir noch Korsika.
Now you can see Corsica behind me, and it has very high mountains compared to Sardinia.
Halsen wir gleich um die Ecke rum.
And we'll dive around here, around the corner, and then sail around the peak of Sardinia towards the Bay of Porto Pollo, the chicken harbour.
Von Porto Pollo, dem Hühnchenhafen.
Wunderschön sieht sie aus. Und
It looks beautiful here. And below, there in the kitchen, there's the cooking studio of Magda.
The pasta factory. When we are here in Italy, we have to also cook proper Italian food, I would say.
Das sieht doch genial aus.
That looks brilliant. Let's take a closer look.
Mal genauer an.
Pasta
How did you roll them?
Ich hab die von Hand
I cut them by hand.
Streifen
Flat striped noodles.
Bandnudeln quasi.
Exactly only 3 ingredients.
3 Zutaten.
Mehl,
Hartweizengrieß, also
Wheat flour,
Semola,
water and salt.
Grano
That's it.
Duro.
If you want, you can add a little olive oil. And that's what I've done, I have to admit. So it's 4
Hab ich auch,
ingredients.
muss ich gestehen. Also 4 Zutaten.
And we'll eat them later with a nice Italian tomato sauce.
Tomatensauce.
sehr cool.
Very cool.
Unfortunately, Manu didn't know that before eating that pasta, life had planned another nasty surprise for us.
Perfektes Timing.
It's perfect timing. The last noodle is just cut, and we'll grab our headlamps now
Stirnlampe und so weiter. Und
and throw the anchor.
schmeißen den Anker.
I think it's really cool that we've learned how to anchor now. And there's a spot here that's 7 meters deep. Everything else is around somehow 14 to 15 meters deep. And we will go to the 7-meter shallow water and drop the anchor there. Because then it's deep all around us, and we've got the anchor anyways at 7 meters only.
We drive 0!
I'm not ready yet!
Ja, mach mal.
Anchoring. We were really scared of that at the beginning. We thought it would be totally complicated. But actually, it's not. Normally it's not. Most of the time, Manu is at the helm during the anchor maneuver, and I'm in front at the anchor locker. I look into the water in front of us and choose a nice spot with lots of sand and no seagrass or stones. When we arrive in the dark, as we did here, it doesn't work so well, of course. But then we just look on the satellite view on Google Maps for sand, and that works indeed amazingly well.
Machen wir noch gar nichts.
Manu then drives against the wind slower and slower towards the spot we have chosen.
Manu,
Manu, how fast are we?
wie schnell bist du?
0.5.
When we arrive at 0 speed, at the perfect spot, I lower the anchor with the help of 2 foot pedals.
Geschwindigkeit.
Manu, how fast are we?
0.5.
Okay, dann holen wir schon mal ein bisschen vor.
Okay, let's get the anchor a little bit out already. So now it's ready for the launch, and then we let it fall quickly so that it doesn't make a crack into the front.
Glocke reinhaut.
Every 10 meters we have yellow clips in the chain links, so we know exactly how much chain we have given. One yellow clip marks 10 meters, 2 yellow clips mark 20 meters, and so on. In total we have 50 meters of chain, and we tend to always give more chain than recommended. At least 5 times the water depth, generally at least 25 meters of chain, and in case of doubt, just add another 10 meters. Why? Because it is not the anchor that holds the boat, as many people believe, but it's the chain that holds the boat.
So far, everything was working according to plan. Meter by meter, the anchor chain disappeared in the black water, and I slowly steered the boat backwards. What I didn't know was that I was driving us right into the nasty surprise.
That was the 20-meter mark.
The fishing line is stuck somewhere.
Where?
The fishing line is caught.
Scheiße.
Probably in the propeller somewhere.
Ernsthaft?
Seriously? Shit!
Yep, shit indeed. Even big shit. But shit happens. Huh, Manu?
Yeah, I fucked it up here and I didn't pay attention that our fishing line was still out there.
And then we did the anchor maneuver, which was actually super smart. Everything worked out perfectly. But then, of course, the fishing line got caught in the propeller, and now Steffen is diving down because he knows a lot about this.
You can screw the fishing line back in. It's really tangled.
Around the propeller only, or the rudder too?
You can get in the line. It's off. Let's see if I can find the wobbler somewhere.
Zack, Leine ist drin.
Okay, zack, line is in. The cut line.
Water is also clear.
Und hat sich das jetzt eng festgehalten?
Is there still a lot of line around the propeller?
Not too much, I think.
That's good, but be careful that the wobbler is not at the end anymore.
Yes, roll everything together.
Yes, yes, I am.
That is already a lot of line that you have brought.
Richtig viel Leine, was du da gerade mitgebracht hast.
Yes, that was probably most of it.
Das ist so ungefähr meine halbe
That's about half my line. The nice line, Dynema, and the nice wobbler.
Und der schöne Wobbler.
Er kommt! Oh, it's coming! The wobbler!
Oh, he's coming! No, don't fish me or hook my ear. Hey, my wobbler! Whoa! Hey, hello! We just don't get bad luck today. It's a lucky day.
He survived, the poor guy. That's Steffen's best wobbler, the very best. He already has a lot of battle marks because he has pulled out so many tuna. Oh, the poor little wobbler. The poor little fish.
Der arme kleine Fisch. Scheiße, ey, das passiert uns nicht nochmal, Manu, oder?
Shit, man. This won't happen to us again, Manu. Will it?
I hope not.
We will stick a note on the anchor locker. Fishing rod inside or something. I'm so glad he got out again. Hey, well, that's a good day after all.
Dann ist es doch nochmal ein guter Tag.
Because the fishing line had wrapped itself nearly 1,000 times around the propeller, I jumped in to help Steffen.
Manu hüpft jetzt auch noch mal rein.
Manu now jumps into the water in order to look at everything so that we get the propeller cut free on our own as well.
And actually it was quite scary to dive into the dark deep water without being able to see what else was swimming around there.
Und? So, kommt, ne? Wie viel hast du hier? Du musst Meter, aber das links drehen ist richtig, ne?
Counterclockwise is right, isn't it? Yes, yes, then it gets longer and longer. What should I do best now? Just turn the propeller quickly? I pull on the line and make light. And I just turn? Exactly, just turn it medium fast. I think we can get it all out. The good underwater flashlights from Decathlon. What would we have done without them? We have 4 of them on board. Better safe than sorry. You can pull on it and see how it gets longer and longer. First I have to find the line. You can see it quite well with the flashlight. It's hanging out a meter. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Shit! It got longer and longer, and then shorter and shorter again. It was wrapped up the other way around again. Normal ropes you can cut off easily, but such fishing lines are always stupid.
We were so glad when the 3 of us sat again in the cockpit at full moon and could already laugh about everything. So good that nothing bad happened to the rubber seal.
But I'll tell you, if you turn on the motor, it will turn around 100 times more, and then your rubber seal will leak and the water will come into the boat from the back.
Yes, you've done a great job, guys. I'm very proud of you. This will not happen to us again.
I don't think so. It happened to me 5 times. Is your hand so sticky from the anti-fouling? I think it's the fishing line. Or is it the anti-fouling? No, that's the fat stuff, the grease.
The one we put on the propeller?
That's right. I've also been wondering. The line isn't that greasy.
So it was time to wash the hands. Finally, the fresh pasta has been waiting for us.
Mit einer Tomatensoße, mit Oliven und ein bisschen Chili.
Porto Pollo, the chicken harbor, and the hotspot of surfing in Sardinia. Of course, we couldn't miss this before we sailed on to the picture base of the island. But about all that, we'll tell you next time. And of course, we'd be really glad if you would be in for it again.